Those hacked DNC emails have absolutely rocked the Democratic convention here in Philadelphia, but I have to say, initially at least, the media missed the magnitude of the story. It wasn't until Sunday morning when Debbie Wasserman Schultz, embarrassed by all of the disparaging comments made in those emails about Bernie Sanders, decided to first not speak at the convention, step down as presiding at the convention, and then resigning as party chairman. Well, now everybody's on board. But this story broke on Friday night, and yes, it was reported, but it didn't have the feeling of a media furor. Certainly nothing like we see today. It didn't make the front page of the New York Times or the Washington Post. It wasn't at the top of many websites. It wasn't in a lot of cable chatter. In fact, it was overshadowed by Hillary Clinton's Saturday rollout of her running mate, Tim Kaine. When you look at what happened here, this is not just a bunch of embarrassing words by DNC officials who are hardly household names. This proved that Bernie Sanders, who had said for months that the DNC was tilting against him and favoring Hillary Clinton in their long primary battle, that he was right, that the DNC officials essentially were lying about being neutral, especially a top DNC official writing an email saying, can we get somebody to question Sanders' religion? I know he's Jewish, but I've heard that he is an atheist. Now, why this didn't set off big, flashing red lights and alarm bells for everybody in the press is kind of hard for me to understand. We just spent a week in Cleveland talking about every mishap and mistake and the divided Republican Donald Trump convention, and yet the media mindset coming into Philly was about this was going to be a party coming together and Hillary was going to unite the Bernie wing and all that. Well, that is now out the window, and of course, when you have a story that's not on the front page, and yet today, Monday, banner headlines about Wasserman Schultz resigning in all the major newspapers, top of the newscast every hour in cable news. It shows you that we missed it. It wasn't that we missed it in the sense that we ignored it or we pretended it didn't exist. This was a very big story, and it took the resignation of the party chair to convince the media that this was explosive stuff that's going to reverberate throughout this Democratic convention.